Our next witness is Patti Morrow. She is president of Interior Design Protection Consulting, a public affairs firm that assists small businesses in fighting state occupational licensing laws for interior designers. Prior to starting her firm, she owned and operated her own interior design business in New Hampshire before moving her family to Greer, South Carolina. Thank you for being here, Ms. Morrow, and you may begin.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak here today. Like many other interior designers, I entered the field as a second career. In 2004, when my children were 10 and 13, I enrolled in a 2-year program at the New Hampshire Institute of Art. It was an interior design program. There were about 25 women in the class, and we were all second career changers. As I was nearing the end of the interior design program, a licensure bill was introduced in the New Hampshire legislature. If enacted, this bill would have destroyed my dream of having my own interior design business. In order to legally practice, I would have had to go back to school, earn another 4-year bachelor's degree in interior design from an expensive, privately accredited college. Well, number one, there were no such schools in New Hampshire. And then not only that, but since I was going part-time, it would have taken me about 8 years before I could have completed that program. Also, I would have had to pass the burdensome NCIDQ, National Council for Interior Design qualification exam. This exam has historically had a less than 40% passage rate for all 3 sections taken at the same time, and it can cost over $2,000 to take once you consider the cost of the exam, the cost to travel to take the exam, and the cost of study materials. I would have also had to complete a lengthy internship under one of these NCIDQ certified designers. Well, there were only 25 in the whole state, and there was really no guarantee that even these 25 wanted to or were financially able to hire an intern. This bill would have put not only me, but most of all of the other interior designers out of business in that state. And why? Well, the bill claimed it was to protect the public, but I wasn't buying that, so I did my own research. And you know what I found? There's not a shred of evidence to warrant a conclusion that the unregulated practice of interior design places the public in any form of jeopardy. In fact, 13 state agencies have already looked at this issue. They issued reports, and without exception, every single one concluded that interior design regulation would not add anything to protect the public beyond measures that were already in place. Since 1907, only 52 lawsuits have been filed against interior designers in the entire country. That's over 100 years, and nearly every single one of those involved contract disputes, not safety issues. That New Hampshire bill had nothing to do with the public good, but had come about solely through the efforts of industry insiders who were asking the legislature to eliminate their competition and grant them a monopoly. I was not going to just sit back and let this small interest group dictate who could and who could not practice interior design. So I organized a grassroots group of interior designers. We attended the hearing, we testified against the bill, and we soundly defeated it in March of 2007. Then 2 years ago, I moved to South Carolina, and it was deja vu all over again. In the last 2 years, I've had to travel to the state capitol multiple times to meet with legislators, to testify at hearings, all this time taking time away from my business. As of right now, that bill has been tabled. But for how long? Licensing interior designers is a job killer. For the last 8 years, because I'm passionate about this, I've been helping interior designers all over the country protect their right to practice. 80% of interior designers are small business owners. 40% are sole practitioners. 84% of interior designers who are practicing do not have a degree in interior design. And licensing disproportionately excludes minorities and second career switchers. If there's a happy ending to this story, it's this. Since 2007, over 150 state bills which would have expanded or enacted new interior design regulations have been defeated. But like zombies, they just won't stay dead. In conclusion, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, let me just say that when Barack Obama was elected president, he did what many other presidents did before him. He redesigned the living quarters of the White House. Now, the District of Columbia does have full-blown licensing laws for interior designers. But who did he hire? He hired Michael Smith, an unlicensed designer from California, to do this work. Now, I submit to you, if the most protected person in the entire world can hire an unlicensed interior designer, shouldn't everybody else be able to? Thank you very much.